All right, we are live. What is up? What's up, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are super, super excited to bring you this training tonight. What's up, Justice?
What's going on, bud? How are you?
Yeah, doing awesome. Justice and I are super excited. We got a good friend of ours on here. Someone that's been a mentor to both of us for a long time now. We're just really excited for you. Thank you for taking time out of your Monday evening to be here with us. This really is some game-changing information. Thank you so much, Brian Finale, for being with us.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to do it. I said we'd do a quick webinar for Live the Dream, and you guys said yes. And it's cool, man. It's cool to hop on a webinar for your guys' people, because I've known you all for a couple of years. Adam, you for like I think 4, a good amount of years, man.
Yeah.
And I've seen you grow into a leader, a good leader, a leader who's built a very full-size income, man. From home, when I first met you, you were flat broke, same as most of the people when they get started, and here you are running webinars, top income earner in your primary in your MLM companies, and you're a leader here in MLSP, man, L4, and Justice the same, man. I've known you for a couple of years. It's just cool to give back, and you're a phenomenal leader in yourself, man. You guys move people, you inspire people, and y'all get it, and hey, man, it's all about getting people out of their damn jobs, and you guys lead the pack, so it's cool to be here. I love it. I love this stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be that way if it wasn't for you kind of going through that rite of passage as well, and putting yourself in a position to create My Lead System Pro, and tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds. I mean, I don't know how many thousands and thousands and thousands of people have come through that system. I know how many lives it's changed. But I'm really actually super excited about tonight because of the topic. And maybe you can answer this for me, Brian. Some of the top marketers out there, when we talk about copywriting, like that is like, they call it the money skill, but it just doesn't seem to get talked about that much. It always seems like, second, mentioned second. You know what I mean? It's always about traffic and leads and all that stuff. And, it isn't a topic that's touched on as much as it should be. And I mean, there's people out there, I'm sure you would be one of them, that could argue it's one of the most important subjects out there.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was getting started, back in the day, was a gentleman named Mike, who was kind of the forefront of everything and of the attraction marketing kind of movement. And he said, I was plugged into his stuff, and he said the #1 skill, the one that will pay you the most, is copywriting. And he was a guy doing what I was wanting to do, so I wasn't going to second guess that or question it. So I started gobbling up and tens of thousands of dollars worth of courses on copywriting, and really studying the persuasion stuff, the digging into more the psychology of why people do what they do, the habits, how to do some kind of subliminal stuff, and how to do just basically tap into people's patterns and move them through a process to, at the end of the day, buy whatever you're selling. And it's been pretty cool. And what's cool, Justice, you're right, man. Nobody talks about this stuff because people, they just want to know the newest, hottest, greatest lead generation thing, right? But if you can, literally, you can get half the amount of leads if you can learn how to double your conversions when you dial in the copywriting stuff. You can work less. You can generate less amount of leads if you want to. If you can boost up your conversions by 1%, 3%, 5% just by learning some of the psychological tricks and some of the deep embedded stuff we're going to go over tonight, and it makes it a heck of a lot more fun and easier on your wallet, especially getting started. If you're having to spend, do some ad spend to drive traffic, why not? Everyone wants to do that, but why not concentrate on what you are doing? If you get 5 or 10 leads a day, or just a couple leads a day, double your conversions on the back end, and heck, man, if you could do the 1-2 punch there, that's kind of a pretty good formula. Yeah. Sure. So, and you're right, man. No one's teaching it. No one's really talking about it. So cool. I'm glad to be here, man. We're gonna dig into a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm gonna give you guys about an hour of solid content, and then for everyone who's on the line, first off, these two. If you're on this list, you're on this webinar, they, I believe, just promoted it to their own list, which is great. You're in good hands. These guys are young, very driven entrepreneurs, and they've got very different but very substantial skill sets in building the business and building any home business. And you're definitely with two very, very good leaders who are here for the long haul. They will take care of you. and they've got something very special planned for you. We've got an event coming up in November, and at the end, hopefully, maybe they can go over some of the bonuses. But you know, if you're hearing my voice right now, stay close and stay very, very close to these guys. And that product y'all did, it's now in the back office, man. That 100-day Biz Builder Challenge is something that's created. I don't know how many people emerged. I'll tell you, after you guys did that with our community, a vast majority of like the lead changes and the increase in lead flow and the increase in member signups over the last 30 days, you guys like dominated. Your students just were all over our leaderboard. So that's just proof in the pudding that for everyone on the line, you're here, you know, with the right leaders.
Yeah, we're pumped to have that be available now as a product. You know, Adam and I are talking about, you know, setting up some webinars in the very near future here with the challengers, you know, and get a new wave of people exposed to that challenge, because it was a game changer for a lot of people.
No, yeah, man, I heard nothing but solid gold that week in and week out, and that was a lot. You know, that's not a 2-week thing. That's a 100-day journey, and that's awesome. Yeah, dude, that's a big thing.
It does feel really good, really good, and really rewarding too. To have created something, you know, that people were able to leverage to really, you know, help themselves kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together, you know, and we've experienced that on a much smaller scale than you have, you know, creating the My Lead System Pro system, but yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Hey man, like I told you when we first started, I was in both you guys, in my opinion, lightning success, man. I spent 3 years and struggled forever. You guys are well on a track much faster than I was getting started, and it's awesome, man. Adam, I think you struggled for like a year and a half or 2 years, and then you were like on stage in the company we were at, and you know, doing webinars and getting all sorts of awards. Where it took me 3 years, man.
Right? How long does this thing take? Isn't that like the #1 question? Today, when do I start getting leads?
How does this work? When can I start making my own products and hosting webinars? Right now, right now, right now. I promise you guys, you can do this. And we're gonna have some fun tonight. Some copy stuff that'll help you kind of ease the path and hopefully help you get more people on your webinars and drive more traffic. Well, not so much drive more traffic, but convert more of the traffic that comes your way and get more sales. And pretty much everything you do, your ads, your emails, definitely your webinars, your webinar registration pages if you're doing that stuff, everything you're doing from a platform speaker stuff as well. So it should be cool, man. This bleeds into all areas of making money online.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool.
So what do you say, Adam? Maybe you can highlight Brian there, and Brian, we'll mute out. We'll keep the chat open so we make sure everybody can hear, see, etc. And I'll get my pen and paper out, as I would advise everybody on the line to do tonight, because this is worth taking notes on. Doesn't matter, like Brian said, I mean, one little tweak, and without any extra work, everything can increase.
Right. Yeah, so Brian is highlighted, and yeah, you guys, just to reiterate, I mean, definitely, you know, get a pen, get ready to take some notes, and, you know, shut off all distractions. I mean, we have the privilege of being with a 7-figure earner here in our industry who's I mean, if you read the copy on the page, I mean, written single emails that have made over $100,000. You know, that the main copywriter for a $20 million company. I mean, this is gold here. So pay attention.
Cool, man. Thank you. Well, let's get started. Let's do it. Did you hear me? I hit a button. I think you guys good?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, great, cool. Alrighty. Well, awesome. I'm going to try and keep this. Hold on a sec.
Adam, you want to manage the cameras, bud?
What's that?
You want to manage our cameras? You want to mute us out or take us off camera, and we'll just kind of manage the chat?
Sure.
Cool. Y'all see my screen all right? Guys?
Yeah, we're good. I can see you. We're good.
All right, cool. All right, guys. We're gonna have some fun here. I'm gonna move super fast, and we're gonna have some fun. And I very rarely will do webinars, just out of the blue, because we host so many over at MLSP. But like I said, Adam and Justice, we've hung out a whole bunch. I've spent a lot of, Adam's been to my house and hung out in Austin. We've partied a whole bunch, and same with Justice and his girlfriend as well. They're just great, salt of the earth leaders who truly want to make a difference. They've got freaking good souls, and they truly want the best for you. So that's why I'm here. So you can thank them, not so much me, if you guys get any nuggets about copywriting and sales and marketing and all that good stuff. So let's dig in. 4 things that made the difference. I'm only going to be going over one of them today. And I actually worked on this PowerPoint a while ago, and it's still true today. I actually went through some tweaking stuff. I did this webinar just this past week and figured I'd do another one because I just love copywriting, and it's one of my most favorite skills and things to learn, and to learn how the psychology works, the brain, the mind, the right and left brain, why we make our decisions, and how to influence those, and basically persuade people into the way of thinking that you want them to think, so that they move through your sales funnels, they hop on your webinars, and essentially do the thing that you know that they should take. Like literally, if you truly believe in your business, your product, it is your duty. 100%. You should be committed to them buying your stuff because you wholeheartedly believe that business, or whether it's MLSP or that X product, can make a difference in their lives. So this is like stacking all the odds in your favor. So let's just dig in. I can go a million different ways with this. 3 years, 30 grand in debt to right now, like Adam and Justice said, we have I think just under 90,000 people have come through the doors, and we've done just under $20 million now at this point. I didn't actually change those numbers, should have, but yeah, still 3 years and $30,000 in debt. The 4 things right here. If you're going to build a table, like a banquet table of success, there's 4 pillars, in my opinion, in my experience of the last almost 9 years doing this stuff. Mindset, copywriting, marketing, and webinars. We're going to stick to that second bullet, copywriting, okay? It's very, very simple. We want to make people, you want to make people want to give you their email address. You build a relationship with that person, and then you get paid. That's it. That's basically the whole, with internet marketing, driving traffic, making money online, somehow entice them, make them scratch, or get them so irritated and curious about what's on the next page that they give you their email address, and then once they're on their list, you take care of them like a VIP who is paying you tens of thousands of dollars already and buying your stuff. You take care of them, you build a relationship with them, you provide value, and trust me, you're going to get paid. That's all we did. That's all I did. And I guarantee if you want to break it bare bone down to what Adam Justice or any other leader, they just provide value. People give them emails in exchange for value. They stay on their list. They market to them. They build relationships with that individual, and sooner or later, that person is going to buy something. Okay? Here's the secret: become a state inducer. Okay? Now we're going to get to a bunch of. We're actually going to get. I'll go over 9 tips in just a second. I'm just laying over the groundwork here, so we're on the same page. Okay? State inducer, imaginatory. I can't tell you how many times we go to events and people come up to me and say, you've got this energy I love on these webinars and these conference calls and wake-up calls, and Adam and Justice have it too. But like the state inducer, guys, people, sales are made when emotions. If you can change the emotional state of your prospect, you will win every time. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. If you can move someone's state and link up, well, we'll get to that. Okay, so curiosity, specificity, and desire. Just keep this in mind as we go through this. The more curious you can get people, the more specific you can be, and the more desire you can implant in their brain to want to opt in or buy from you, you're going to win, okay? We want to paint pictures, images, and metaphors. People, that's guys, they talk and they breathe and they see. Metaphors are like the key. That's how we speak in language. It is so, people, when they visually see something, they can feel it. It is so much more powerful than just words. We can use these metaphors and images and paint pictures to get people to move and take action. I'm going to show you how, okay? You're going to hit all the modalities, the senses. You want it to go very visceral. You want to go touch, hearing, seeing, obviously, smelling, everything that you can think of. If you can start playing around with all the senses of the human body and weave it into your copywriting, that will elicit and play with and more triggers from one person to the other. If someone's more auditory, but you're talking to them about more more touch senses, or if they like seeing more, and you're kind of playing on their auditory cords. Well, I'll show you what this means, but trust me when I tell you, the senses is a huge, huge thing that you want to play on when you're in your copywriting, okay? You change their emotion, and then they will buy. If you can change their emotion, they will buy. And if you can describe their past, all right, they feel you can create their future. That's big, okay? If you can describe their past, and everyone's once been broke. Everyone's once been back against the wall. Everyone has been come hell or high water, they felt like they were gonna, they could break free, they could go through and persevere, right? You can describe their past, and you can describe a very generic past that hits 100% of your audience. And when you do that, that audience is going to feel that you can create their future, okay? And we're going to play on emotional triggers to do this. You might want to take a screenshot of this, okay, guys? These are the emotional chords that go through my brain and my copywriting. If you can build the bond, they will buy. And these are like some of the biggest ones. Really, I mean, I know Adam Chandler is also a big Tony Robbins fan. Guys, the two powers, or the two forces that make every decision, and this is our mutual mentor, Tony Robbins, and so many people talk about this, but him in particular, it's avoidance of pain or gain of pleasure. That's it. Those are the only two factors really that that help us or push us into making a decision, either avoidance of pain or gain of pleasure. Okay? But there are some huge emotional chords that are kind of underneath that we can play on all day long. Freedom, luxury, prestige, personal power, personal growth, power. For some people, you might be speaking in a language like, for example, if all they care about is money and power, but you're talking about personal growth and leaving a legacy. That's not, you don't want to stay on that power emotional chord too long, okay? For some people, all they care about is contributing to society, contributing to the planet, and making, maybe it's their faith or their church, whatever it is. And you're sitting there talking about getting on a jet, going across, first class, owning your own private jet, going across the globe, right? That's not playing on that emotional chord. That's why you want to hit as many of these in your copywriting as possible, especially when you're doing a sales video. The challenge. Now, for me, it's challenge. I love contribution, especially when I got started, was like for the challenge. I love personal growth and growing, and the idea that just money is never an issue, and leaving a legacy and following your dreams, and certainly when I have kids, to be able to give back to them and give them options and choices that I didn't have, right? And love and security, right? For a younger guy or gal, security may not be the best chord to hit on. That certainly wasn't any of my message when I got started and attracted Adam when we were like 23 and 24 years old. Right? I wasn't banging the security chord at all. I was more about the challenge and luxury, prestige, the freedom. Imagine being able to pay things in cash and never have to look at receipts and things like that. But for me, the challenge, guys, you tell me that records, like, look, most people will never succeed in this, or that here's the record, someone just got started, here's the record in the first 14 days, or that it can't be done. And if you were to play that and dangle that carrot in front of my place, the way I'm wired, that challenge means a heck of a lot more than most of those bullets up there. Like, literally, the challenge in me. I'm very, very, very competitive. I love a hunt. I love the chase, and I love winning. Like, that for me is a huge, huge bullet point for me. Okay, but moving over to the left column, I mean, if you can start playing on friends and family and kids and feeling alive, and guys, this is basically, if you're, for example, selling a travel business, right? You're not really selling travel. You're not selling travel at all, okay? And we're going to dig into this a little bit in the presentation here, but what you're selling there is family. You're selling memories. That's it. You're not selling a luxury vacation, 5-star XYZ, and so while that may be cool and may attract some of them, the vast majority, guys, the pain trigger, the pain core that you're going to want to strike on is like literally when you're gone, right? What are your kids going to remember? What kind of memories are they going to have growing up? Is it going to be hanging out in your backyard, not doing much, or is it going to be taking them, to the most exotic places on the planet, staying in the most gorgeous resorts and having the time of their life while they're traveling the world? Right? And they're handing down these memories of awesome pictures of you and your family, I don't know, riding elephants, right? Or going to somewhere in Egypt and going up to seeing the tombs and the pyramids and all sorts of crazy things that literally, guys, that's what this life's all about, instilling memories and being with your family and your kids and being able to give them that experience, right? Playing on those types of chords and emotional chords, that's huge. So anyway, these are the things that I 100% tap into all day long when I'm sitting to write copy or do sales letters or emails and things like that, okay? So hypnotic and persuasive copywriting that sells. Powerful persuasive language patterns. Here's the goal here, okay, is to get people to keep thinking about and feel the benefits of doing what you want them to do. Feel, okay, emotion. I can tell you, I was sitting over in, actually, I was speaking over in Singapore with my buddy Dagan and some very huge internet marketers over there, and there's a gentleman over there who's building, he does like he does about $2 million a year, and all he does is speak on stage. He works about 7 months out of the year. And we were sitting on there. If you've ever been to Singapore, it's like one of the most prosperous, most wealthiest, tiny countries in the entire globe. I think like 90-some% of the people that live in that country are millionaires, right? Like a regular car is like $300,000 over there. It's crazy because they're so limited on space over there. And we're sitting at the top, amazing, I don't even remember the name of the building, but we're on the top floor of one of the most luxurious buildings in the entire country at one of the bars. And I said, look, buddy, I'm sitting there with Dagan and one of these amazing Singapore marketers, and I said, man, I work my tail off, and I love what I do. I would never trade it for the world, but you've built a pretty unique, lucrative, time-leveraged business. Can you tell me, like, what's the secret? Give me one secret. And he said, Brian, I've seen you speak on stage. I know your stuff. I've gone through your things. I love it, and it's awesome. But here's what I do. I just bring that on stage, and here's the key. He said, and I will always remember this, it's not what you say, it's what they feel. That's what we're going to play on in this copywriting, is all feelings and emotions, okay? And you want them to keep thinking and feeling about the benefits of doing what you want them to do, whether it's buy your course, buy your coaching, join your business, whatever, so that they eventually do the thing you want them to do. It is psychologically engineered to get results. And I'm going to show that to you in this presentation. I'm going to prove it to you, okay? NLP, if anyone's heard of NLP, and it's neuro-linguistic programming, it's awesome. It's not as hard as people make it out to be, and really all it is setting up neural associations and anchors and linking your product, your business, your service, or you as a leader to them. Getting them to link that, okay? Link that, and I'll show you exactly what this means and how to do this, but you want to get them to feel these amazing emotions when they think about you, when they think about your product, when they think about joining you. You want them to start feeling incredible emotions of that freedom, of the time freedom, and all the amazing benefits that your product, service, or offer is going to give them. Okay, so again, it's not travel, it's everything that travel brings. It's those memories, the spending time with your family, giving them these things that they can pass down, these memories and pictures and ideas that they can pass down to their family. Okay, be very careful what and how you write. There are going to be distinctions in this PowerPoint that you may think are minute and insignificant. You are dead wrong. Okay, and like I said, images, neural associations, links, emotions. That's what you want to be doing. You want them that once they link that to you, that you are the leader that they need to follow, or your business is the business model that can set them free, or that you have the coaching or the 100-day Biz Builder Challenge. Like that is the journey, right? If they can link up, or you can get them to link up, that is the journey that's going to open all the doors for them. You will win and you will get paid. Okay, you want to walk them down the path. Stories and sharing. Stories 100%. You want to expose. Okay, expose yourself. You can't. The more that you entrust in people, the more they will start to trust you. Okay, that's the name of the game. People don't want to share. They don't want those feelings. They don't want to get emotional. Well, okay, enjoy being broke. Okay, that's what the idea here is, guys. The more that you share and the more you let them in, the more they will know, like, and trust you. The more that I guarantee the odds in your favor that they will buy. And I'll show you what that means in a little bit. If you can explain in detail your prospects' problems, spot their pain better than they can, and then link up. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Link up and make them feel that you are the only solution. You will become wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. That's essentially what we're doing here, okay? And we've got, just so you know, I know there's a lot of left brains probably on this call, and a lot of very logistical, very factual people who don't, maybe they want to see what this is and really what's going on here. Left brain, Larry, you guys, that's your digital, logical, linear left brain. That's amazing. That's where the mathematics, that's where the facts, that's where that's not where we want to be playing at all. Okay, but that's where the techie, the programming, they know exactly to a T what's in their bank account. They know exactly how much is in their how much gas is in their tank and how much further they can go before filling it up. Those are the very linear, logical, digital. They see anchors, through visualizations that your prospect understands. That emotional peak state, boom, flash your product. You get your prospect in an emotional peak state, boom, flash your product. I'm going to show you a couple companies that do this and do it very well to the tune of billions of dollars a year in annual sales. Boom. They get you in that peak state, boom, flash the brand, boom, flash the product, boom, say buy now. I'll show you what that means, okay? So we want to just be aware and be conscious of the fact that most sales, right, stories sell, facts tell. You've heard that a million times, I'm sure, if you've been in this industry at all, and it's dead right. It is so true. Stories sell. That is the name of the game. Facts will help. You know, people buy on emotions, then they'll justify with logic. That's how it goes. So here's one. Cool. It's right here. So Corona, they don't even have, like, nobody even talks in their commercials, and they don't need to. They've done such a good job of playing on our right brain and our emotional state. I mean, it wasn't until recently where they'll say stuff like "find your beach," like they've opened up from just beaches, right? They'll show things like, I don't know, croquet, crazy things in Europe and things like that, or on the mountains doing snowboarding tricks, or I don't know, just pick one, whatever, like amazing place. They're now saying "find your beach," so it's not just like beach related; it's whatever it is to you, whatever that means to you. So in this commercial, right? I mean, geez. Corona's done such a good job of marketing and instilling in this. I mean, guys, when you think, or at least for me, when I go to an exotic beach, or if I go to, like, you know, the Caribbean or something, and I go up to a bar and immediately, without even thinking, I order a Corona. Now, why is that? I don't ever order any Coronas ever when I'm in the United States, or if I'm just hanging out with my buddies, or you know, at a bar downtown, or anything like that. Why is it when I am at a beach, the first bar or the first beer that comes to my mind when I go to a bar is Corona? It's because they've done such millions of dollars in advertising to anchor the fact that Corona is the beach beer. Okay? Whoop, sorry, guys. So that's what they want to associate in their consumers, and they certainly have for me, or they've done for millions of people as well, or they wouldn't be the behemoth, you know, beer company that they are today. That's their anchor. So they get you in this peak state of showing you this amazing beach paradise stuff. Boom, flash their product. So now you associate those amazing vacation times, those, you know, if you drink beer, with that beverage of Corona. They're anchoring that. They're linking up. They're associating their brand, their beer, right, with that experience. And that's what you're going to have to do if you want to start making some big sales in copywriting, okay? Now, this is the same thing for when the Batmobile is in the shop, Ferrari. I mean, are you kidding me? Who are they targeting here, right? They're targeting young males who like to go fast. For when the Batmobile is in the shop. I love going fast, and funny I would pick out these advertisements, right? But these definitely called to me. And for when I love Batman. He's one of, like, my favorite superheroes. Dark Knight was like the best movie ever made. Of course, this is like awesome. This is an awesome ad for me. So I think immediately, Ferrari, amazing, right? Beautiful, like a beautiful girl that makes you fall in love at first sight. The one in the top right, I mean, there's no words in these advertisements or in these commercials. They just put like a cute, sexy girl on the hood of a Ferrari so that the guy starts linking and associating, like, oh my gosh, if I get the Ferrari, I'll get the girl. So they want to go buy that Ferrari and hope that the girl that they promised comes, right? It's the same, like, these companies and most companies don't even need to use words because they use metaphors, right? They have metaphors, they use images, they paint pictures that move much deeper than words. Like, it speaks their words. Okay, they get their point across. They're associating their brand and whatever their product is to the emotional state that you want. Okay, just look, advertise. That's all advertising does. And I can send you this thing. This is just really neat. It's probably not going very fast, or it's probably like hiccuping a little bit for you. But I can drop a link in here. If you pull this up, if you see the woman dancing to the left or clockwise, you're more left. Okay, if you see the woman going to the right clockwise, that's more right brain. Okay, so if you see her going counterclockwise or to the left, your brain, you have predominantly more left brain logic or left brain thinking. Okay, so this is just something that's kind of fun. I'm not sure. This is just one study. I think it was done in like a university in psychology. I'm not even sure of the university. I thought it was interesting, so I threw it in here. And for me, it's kind of funny. You can close your eyes and force her to go the other way, but if you just immediately look at her, the direction that she's going is whether it's right or left. That's more of the brain. Again, right is clockwise. You're more right brain. Left is counterclockwise. You're more left brain. Kind of interesting. Pretty cool. Okay, cool. So persuasive copywriting that sells. The key to persuasion: get people to think the way you want them to think. Take an ideal you want them to have and make them think that they've always had it. If you can do this, take an ideal you want them to have and make them think they've always had it, you will win. You will make sales. And there's a very creative way to do this so that it happens every single time. Get people to let go of their current thinking and move on to new, better ideas like joining your business. Okay? You want to get them out of their crummy state, out of their crummy thought patterns and thought processes right now, and get them to link up that a new life can come because of them knowing you, because of them joining your business or buying your product. Okay? Newer, better ideas, and there's a concrete way to do this. You want to conjure up emotions and create feelings and anchors to you and your product that serve them, right? That basically move them to buy your stuff and join you. We conjure up emotions, create feelings, and create anchors to you and your product so that you get paid. Conditioning and programming. Okay? So before we get started, I just want to make sure that you guys can all hear me okay, and everything good. If there's any questions. You guys good? Everything good? You guys cool? I know there's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, cool. Everything good?
Yeah, no, we're looking good. Yeah,
okay.
We're good now.
There was a little glitch there. I think some people were off and now are back on, but I think we're rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Google's been having a weird. They've been doing an update like every single day this week. It's been last week, so I didn't know if it was moving into this week. All right, cool. But we're good. So good.
Yeah.
Good. Cool. All right. So I'm gonna go through nine copywriting tricks, and then we're gonna chat with my buddies Justice and Chandler. Okay. So the ad capture page, sales letters, guys, emails, and everything you do in marketing, copywriting. What we're about to go over is pretty cool, and it's helped us make like Adam said, $20 million company. I'm the head copywriter over there, and written more emails than I care to even think of, and I do use this stuff daily, and I believe that it's been a huge component, a huge key to what we've been able to do, and it just works. The stuff works. I've been studying a lot over the last 8.5, 9 years on this specific topic, and you guys are going to get some very, very cool stuff tonight. 9 of the most effective tricks that I use religiously on a daily basis in everything we do. So here's the deal. Can it be dangerous? I could be. I'm going to assume that because you're on Adam's and Justice's list here, that you want the best for your people you speak with, the people in your circle, the people who come in contact with you, and you truly believe in whatever product you're marketing. I don't care what it is. I'm guessing that you're on this webinar. You could be on hundreds of other webinars right now, but you're here with us tonight. And I'm assuming that you 100% believe in your product, you believe in what your company is doing, and you truly believe that it is in your prospect's best interest to join your business, whether it's because of the income opportunity or because of the product. Something there that you believe. If that's not the case, find a new business. Talk to Adam and Justice, okay, because they believe in theirs. But it can be manipulative if you. I mean, I've seen in history terrible, horrific things happen because they know how to play on these triggers and get people to take action and emotionally, psychologically play with people's minds and things like that. But that's not us. That's not you. And I usually, in fact, if we could just do this together real quickly, just raise your right hand and just repeat after me. I promise to use this ninja copywriting stuff to only better the lives of everyone that I come into contact with. I will not use this information to manipulate or hurt other human beings. And I cannot wait to learn 9 of your copywriting tricks. Cool. Now we're on the same page. We're going to dig into some stuff here, okay, guys? So let's start. Starting a sales video or a sales page. Okay, trick number one. Of course, guys, with we want to hook them, combine some type of bold promise and or story, but no one really ever touches on a story. Everyone, it's always, if someone's going to be doing a webinar or a sales letter, they always just, it's a bold promise, and they'll get into the meat of the training. And guys, you gotta lower their barriers. If you're going to sell them something, you've got to get them to relate to you, to know, like, and trust you. And you can only do that through story. And I'm telling you, I am telling you, all right, if you haven't made any money, or if you're a single mom and you haven't been able to, you're struggling with your business and you don't think that you have a story of your own, trust me, you do. There is a story, there's a beautiful story ready to go. It does not matter how much money you've made or not made. Heck, you could just be talking about, like, maybe you found this industry 6 months ago and haven't made a dime yet. Who cares? I was 30 grand in debt after 3 years. Okay, your story, and mine very rarely talks about money, right? When I'm actually doing a story and selling this stuff, okay? And the reason being, it doesn't matter. Your story could be talking about how you literally, you woke up one day, right? You woke up with, like, well, actually, I'll show you some examples. You woke up with, like, sweat in your palms, and you just realized that 30 years had passed, right? Your newborn is not having the life that he or she should be having right now, and it hits you like a ton of bricks in the middle of the night, like a nightmare, right? That you had to get out before you wasted your life away, right? And so within the next 7 days, I figured out a plan, and within 7 days, I went in and fired my boss, because I knew that deep down if something had been very not cool over the last couple of years, and it finally all of a sudden hit me like, look, I can't do this anymore. It's not rewarding, not fulfilling. My kid deserves better. I want to provide more. I want to do so many other things in life, and this job is holding me back. And that is why I found this industry. And what's awesome is I found some of the best leaders, the best marketers on the planet, and like Adam and Justice. They're phenomenal leaders. They've been able to have success in their business, and guess what? They're going to teach you how they're doing it right now. That story doesn't talk about any previous success or how much money I've made. So I just graduated, had $200 to my name, was scared as hell. I've started sales letters that have made me literally tens of thousands of dollars just like this. My heart literally stopped when I opened the credit card statement. Okay? My heart literally stopped. Who can't relate to that? Right? It was 3:30. My eyes still couldn't look away. Okay, there I was, frustrated, heart heavy. Right? And you just start ad-libbing and create some type of story. Trust me, guys, just look at your current circumstances. There is a creative story ready to be woven, and you are the main character. There has got to be something. I don't care if maybe you wanted to retire your husband or retire your wife. Or maybe it was just enough was enough, and hey, you deserved, you wanted to go. Who are Ferraris made for? All right, you're 35, 40 years old. There was no end in sight. And hey, my dream car since I was 13 years old was that red Ferrari. Well, who the hell? I mean, time isn't getting any. It's not moving any slower. Time's ticking away here. Right, and just all of a sudden, I figured, and the writing was on the wall. I was never going to have that dream car if I stayed right where I was, and I just really wanted that dream car, or something even cooler. Right, I want to go off and build wells in third world countries to help people, women and children, get the clean water that they desire, that they need to survive. Right. And right now, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and I couldn't give back and serve the way the way that would really make me fulfilled and what I wanted to do with my life. I couldn't do that in my current situation. So you know what? I started surfing the internet. It was 3:30 in the morning. I've been searching for weeks, and finally, I came across two wholesome guys who I totally related with. They had very similar stories, hearts of gold. And you know what? I joined them. I started, I found this online business thing, and here I am 2 or 3 weeks in. I just got my first lead, and I'm doing it. Right? I can see I've written my goals down. Within 6 months, I will have built, or I will have funded a project to build 3 different wells all over in 3 different corners of Africa, so that women and children will now have clean water for the next 2 years because of what I'm able to do, because of this business, right? None of that has to do with anything about how much money I made. And I chose that well story because one of our favorite charities is Charity Water. And we actually just got the pictures back from We raised like 20 grand a couple years ago, and we just got pictures back of these wells being built in these third world countries that deliver clean water, clean drinking and bathing water to the women and children who otherwise would never have had access to it. So it's very, very cool. Guys, stories. Anyway, takeaway here is stories. It hit me like a ton of bricks. An emotional, unique selling point. It helps create a powerful bond. You must entrust to gain trust and get empathy. If you can tell stories that make fun of yourself, okay, deprecation, like literally that make fun of yourself to the degree where they're actually rooting for you. You can tell stories like, I was so bad at this business. I was being chased by police officers. I was on my bike. I was driving through campuses. I was stuffing bandit signs on people's yards and sticking up crazy flyers at bus stations and running into Kinko's and posting those things. And I was so bad, I couldn't even talk. I was literally running from the police. Like, if you can tell stories that get people a little engaged and they start rooting for you, I'm telling you, to get empathy is one of the greatest psychological triggers for them to want to buy from you, like a reciprocation thing. Like, honestly, if you can do that, then you can make your story so and tell so much detail, right, that they're moved, they're touched, and they actually start rooting for you. Trust me, when you ask for the sale, they will buy. Okay, the other story option, before we get into some other tricks here, is future pacing, imagery, and metaphors. Okay, you want to get them in a different state. That's the whole thing. The whole thing. You want to get them in the state that they're ready to buy, and with that state, you want to, again, flash your product, flash whatever it is you're doing. Your business, your coaching, your product, whatever it is. You want to get them in that state and get them to link up to your business or whatever it is, whatever you're selling. All the good feelings, all the benefits that they're going to come from. Okay, and the things that you can start, to say is things like imagine. One of the highest converting capture page videos starts with the word imagine. Right? Imagine. It was something like 19 checks per month or something like that. Gets them into an imaginatory state, the state that I want them in so that they're ready to buy. Okay? And those types of states are states where they will start linking to your product, service, or offer everything, all the good stuff that can come with it, all the benefits, right? Not just the features. What would your life look like if in 6 months I could teach you how to get 5 leads a day? And I'm not talking leads that you're calling, cold calling your friends and family. I'm talking about laser targeted, qualified prospects raising their hand, putting their real name and email into your website, looking to hear back from you. 5 leads a day, serious ones who are ready to join or at least super interested in your business. If in 6 months that's what I can give you. Okay? What if, over the next 100 days, I can all but guarantee that you come out a rock star, that you get what you need, that you get what you came for, and you get the training, the knowledge, not just the marketing stuff. That's great. That's awesome. We get to that in like week 5 or 6, but the first 4 or 5 weeks, we're going to actually dig into you, the way you're wired, and we're going to get you very uncomfortable. Okay, we're going to get you doing things that you're not doing right now, but that's a good thing because you're not getting the results you want right now, right? In 100, just imagine that 100 days from right now, this point right now could be the start of an entire new life for you. You give me 100 days and I give you a business. If you start future pacing like that to sell the 100-day Biz Builder Challenge on webinars, you will make sales, I promise you. If just for a moment, in 12 months, if you had X, how would you feel? How would you feel? Get them to start thinking about their feelings if they had the leads, if they had the mentorship, if they had the websites, if they had the money, right? What would life look like? Because really, that's what guys, leads are awesome, but what does that really mean to them? That means like, hey, 5 leads a day is like a 5-figure a month business. What does that mean? Oh, well, that means freedom. That means my kids back. That means literally everything that I was promised and when I first got started. That's what that means. That's what 5 leads a day is. Whatever that is to them, get them to start thinking and feeling that. Okay. What would it mean to you if you did have X? These are just ways to kind of start. I know people get hung up. They don't think they have a story. That's why I'm spending a little bit on these story option 1 and 2 here. You have a story. And I'm giving you intro to start a story. Okay, aside from the hook, which is, by the end of this webinar or the end of this presentation, you're going to get X, Y, Z. Well, you've got to start weaving some story into it. You gotta. That's the way people are gonna start. They're gonna want to buy from you, and they'll even listen to you. Because without story, guys, people, they don't just buy based on facts. Some may, but you're not gonna get to the on-stage status or the industry, international rock star status just by throwing numbers and sticking on the left brain of the logic, the digital side. Stories. Anchor who you are in your prospect's mind. Elicit and anchor emotions. Okay, that's it. Emotions. That's what sells. These stories. The more you're like an onion, guys, you have so many layers of beautiful, crazy, awesome things that you've gone through. And if you're struggling, that is your story. That is your story. Guys, embrace that. Be grateful for that struggle if you're struggling right now. That is the story that you're creating. If you don't go through that, no one's going to relate to you. And talk about that struggle. Don't even talk, just say that, hey, and now I see a light at the end of the tunnel. I see, after all the struggle, I finally found the mentorship, I finally found the business, or I finally found the strategy, and now I'm on my way to getting 10 leads a day. Nothing there is lying. Nothing there is at all, untruthful. And you know what? What's 10 leads a day? Well, for me, 10 leads a day is freedom. 10 leads a day is literally I get to be at home with my wife and my newborn child. Right? What does that mean to you? Stories that are about you and are self-deprecating. Yes, yes, yes. And 2, future pacing your videos, and you become lethal. Okay. Get them to say yes a million times. Okay. If throughout a presentation, and if you go watch any of the MLSP sales letters or the presentations that aren't edited, you'll notice. I mean, literally, guys, I get people to say yes all throughout my presentations. And if you take a look at, if you remember, going to events, all top earners do this. All of them do this. Okay, they get you to shake. How many times do you raise your hand because they tell you to raise your hand? Yes, yes, yes. How many times do you say yes out loud? Like, the great speakers will have you do this throughout their entire presentation, because the more you agree with them, the more you do what they tell you to do. They know that when it's time to make the offer, it's just a natural progression. Heck, you've been agreeing with the speaker for the last hour. It's just a natural, the next logical decision is to buy, right? All great speakers do this. All of them. Highest paid marketers get you to say yes. Subconsciously gets people ready to buy. The more you can get them to agree with you, the more likely they are to buy from you. It's like baby steps, right? These baby steps, the end goal of them buying your stuff, right? Get them to shake their head, yes, and agree with you as much as possible. If you, actually, a couple things on this. One of my very good friends and marketers, an affiliate marketer, actually tested this, and he said to the degree of like over $100,000 difference. Now I'm not sure what the conversion rate was, but check this out. Is that this guy has a sales video, okay, and underneath that sales video, he's got a buy now, like an add to cart button, right? Over the course of about a 50-minute sales video, that button is moving 1 pixel a second. Your mind, your brain, your eye does not even consciously does not even see that. Subconsciously, that pixel is going up and down every single second. So what are you doing that you don't even know that you're doing? What is your eyes? What is maybe your head's even nodding, following the add to cart button that you're not even focused on. You are agreeing with him slightly, and you wouldn't even notice this. You may notice it consciously, like you would have to dig and watch and just focus on the add to cart button to even see that 1 pixel move up and down, agreeing. Okay? So psychologically, subconsciously, you were getting them, this guy was getting them to agree with him all throughout the entire presentation. You know what? We actually tested this. We went through with the actual with the add to cart button and the buy now button. We still haven't done that, but with PowerPoints. If you notice, most PowerPoints that you watch, especially for people who don't know this stuff, they are coming in. Each slide comes in left to right. Okay, so now this may not seem, again, remember I said in the beginning, it may not seem like a big deal. It is. We tested it. Okay, it was an astonishing rate. I wish I had the number back then. This was such a long time ago. But notice in our sales presentations what way the slides come in. Most people will have them going from left to right. The next slide will be coming in from right to left in their PowerPoints or their keynotes. So if you've got a 30-minute PowerPoint or presentation, right? You've got that individual moving their head left and right however many times, right? If you're cruising through a PowerPoint, they're saying no to you how many times over the course of a 30 or a 60-minute presentation. Whereas now, you check out MLSP's actual, the PowerPoints, you'll notice that every single slide comes from top to bottom and then bottom to top. What are we getting them to do? What are their eyes doing psychologically? What are they doing subconsciously with me for 30 minutes, for a 60-minute time frame that they're not even knowing that they're doing it? They're agreeing with me hundreds of times throughout the course of a presentation. What do you think the chances are, just based on that, that they're going to buy when I ask them to? Do you think they'll say yes? Or do you think there's a greater possibility of them saying yes if they've been making that motion for the last hour and they don't even know they're doing it? Pretty cool, right? That's crazy. Crazy. Buy now. Okay. Buy now. The mind cannot tell the difference, guys. These are commands. This is something that I do all the time. Okay? Buy now. Like literally things like this. Sprinkle throughout. Switch to buy now at the end. They've heard it a ton. I said 16 times needed in a recent study. Like literally on print media and direct mail pieces, it's been studies have shown that people need to see that advertisement 16 times, maybe to get familiar with it, to get comfortable with it, for whatever. Maybe they just need to see it, and then on that 15th or 16th time, they've seen it enough, and they're ready, and then whatever, right? Well, with this little trick and tactic and psychological kind of trigger, I use this towards the end of my presentations, and this is sales video stuff, or even in copywriting. Like, look, by now, you starting to see that, hey, you're not getting results on your own, and you need some guidance. I mean, a 100-day challenge. I mean, by now, you should be seriously understanding and seeing that this 100-day Biz Builder challenge is the absolute mentorship. I mean, literally, you've never had anyone kind of hold you accountable. By now, you should be knowing, I mean, everything I just went over the last 40 minutes, we're going to go through this step by step in this 100-day Biz Builder challenge, and we're going to be right there by your side. You get access to a Facebook group. I mean, by now, you've got to see the value in this. I mean, literally, we've just been doing it for the last hour now. You know what? It is time to buy now. They've heard that 15 or 16 times, or however many times you want to do it. Just I'm giving you some of the stuff that I do in the MLSP videos and conversion sales that are some of the highest converting offers and sales videos and products out there in the niche. And I'm just giving you some of these tricks why. This buy now stuff is huge, okay? The mind cannot distinguish a negative. It's so powerful. Be very careful of your word choice. You've got to use double negatives so you can embed commands. And commands are such a big trick here in a second, okay? So look at this, double negatives. And I see this so many times. I'm on a bunch of emails. I'm on a lot of our leaders' email lists, and I see them make these kinds of mistakes all day. But you better hurry. This bonus module disappears this Friday at midnight Eastern Standard Time, and you can't afford to not learn this information because it's worth its weight in gold and can make you a fortune. Okay? Same thing underneath, and you can't afford to miss the bonus module because it's worth its weight in gold. Do you see the difference here? In the bottom ad, we are telling them you can't afford to miss this module. What psychologically, I don't care even if it's a badass webinar or something really sexy, right? You are telling them in the bottom there to miss the module, to miss the bonus, to miss the webinar, to miss the registration, right? Whereas in the top, you tell them to register. Right? You can't afford to not register for this webinar. You can't afford to not get your hands on this information versus you can't afford to miss this module. You can't afford to, don't miss it. I mean, literally, guys, I'm telling you that in video movie trailers, if those guys knew what they were doing, instead of you don't want to miss this summer blockbuster, if they just switched it to go see this summer blockbuster, they would get more people to their movies. But instead, in their trailer, you can't miss. You don't want to miss. In that command, they're telling them subconsciously. The brain doesn't know the difference. It's telling them to. They can't distinguish between a negative. It's telling you the command is miss it. Miss the module. Miss the webinar. Don't show the movie. Don't miss it. All right. Well, don't doesn't really matter. I'm seeing miss it. And these studies have been shown time and time again. Tell them. Creatively write your copy in a way that gets them to take the action that you want them to take, and I guarantee they will take it or have a better shot at taking it. Okay? Awareness patterns. Are you starting to become aware of the fact that, write this down, this is big. Are you starting to become aware of the fact that? Are you starting to become aware of the fact that? Okay? Because here's the deal. Now, this took me a little bit to kind of grasp my head around it. What's up for debate in this sentence? In this, it's kind of a prelude here, but we'll finish it. Are you starting to become aware of the fact that this 100-day Biz Builder Challenge is the portal, the vortex, the gateway to you actually starting to make a profit with your business? Okay. The thing that's up for debate here is the fact is not the fact, okay? The only thing that you're asking your prospect is, are they starting to become aware of it? Okay, when you start using words like fact, it becomes so ingrained and real in that prospect's mind. So the fact that this 100-day Biz Builder Challenge is the gateway and will absolutely make you serious money in your business for the first time ever, right? That's the fact. The only question is your prospect aware of it? Are they starting to become aware of it? Awareness patterns. The same thing with like these things. Notice yet. Are you starting to see that? Are you starting to notice yet? Are you starting to feel that? That's probably the best one. Are you starting to feel the fact that this 100-day Biz Builder Challenge can set you free? That's the fact. The 100-day Biz Builder Challenge is going to set you free. The only question is, are you starting to feel it yet? And if not, let's feel it. Literally, imagine 100 days with guys like Justice and Adam and hundreds of other entrepreneurs, like-minded entrepreneurs who've got your back. This is like, Napoleon Hill talks about a mastermind. This is your mastermind. And who knows what's going to, not only just the value and knowledge from 100-day Biz Builder, right? Are you aware of the fact? Are you aware of the fact that you could meet your JV business partner to go on and create a $20 million company out of this 100-day journey? Because that's the fact. The only question is, are you starting to become aware of that? Realize that this is the answer, right? Are you starting to realize that this is the answer to the prayers that have been keeping you up at night, right? When your spouse is asleep and you're up late at night, just so stressed out, not knowing where the mortgage is coming next month or where the food's going to come next week, right? Are you starting to realize that the answer is literally staring you in the face? I mean, I can help you. I get your pain. I was super broke. It took me 3 years to figure this stuff out, and I get it, right? But imagine, literally imagine being able to sleep well at night. Your head hits the pillow, you knock out and sleep like a baby, the best sleep you've had in 3 years, because you know without a shadow of a doubt you've made the most powerful decision of your life just now. Right now you can do it when you buy now. Are you aware of the fact that it's right in front of you? Okay? Okay, guys, this stuff has become so ingrained in me, and I've learned this is like when we talk about NLP and metaphors and anchors and linking things up in their at the cellular level, like the deepest possible level. When you do that, this sales stuff is easy because it's not really sales. It's just like moving them along the process, and you've been doing the legwork up front and rewiring and reprogramming and getting them to think the way that they need to think to see your business or offer or coaching a product in the light it needs to be seen, so that they buy from you. Okay? Okay, I've got 3 more here. You guys, I always check. I just want to make sure I'm going back and forth here. Okay, are you guys good? Is it kicking people out again?
No, we're good now. We did get bumped off, Brian. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got bumped off, but we're back now. I mean, we just got bumped off for a minute. Yeah, just for a quick minute.
Okay. Okay, cool. But we're good now. Well, actually later. Okay, cool. I will keep going. Let's go. Okay, add, delete, qualify statements, guys. But and because. Okay, but and because. These are 3 very powerful words in copywriting and marketing. Okay, but when you want to make them forget. Okay, if you say something or there's something, if you, guys, I always try and be as transparent as possible. I mean, if you're selling something that's, a little bit more pricey than your competitors, you might want to just call a spade and say things like, that I get that, it might be a little bit more, above the budget and what you were planning to spend here tonight, but aren't your kids worth it? Don't you see the benefits? Are you aware of the fact that this product, this business is going to do X, Y, Z, right? And I'll show you, I think there's an example here. Yeah, cool. So and because, and because is probably the most powerful word, guys. If anything, because, like, I don't know what it is and all the marketing material I get my hands on, most will say that because is like one of the most powerful words when you're trying to get people to buy, or you're selling something. Because when you want to make them connect, okay, all right, you need this because, or you need, this. Really, the key to this whole thing is, like, I don't know, 12 leads a day because, right? Here's why: because you do the math or something. Because just for whatever reason, like if people don't believe you, or they have some doubt or whatever, like if you just make a statement and then follow it up with because, and then you follow it up with another statement, I'm telling you, something just triggers and it becomes real for them, and it's just like, oh, it's real because he's saying because, it is what it is. It's because of X. This is X because Y. Oh, that makes sense. Now I get it. Because, right? I'm telling you, start using because. Just saying simple things like, look, you need to get started tonight because, right? There's a whole bunch of bonuses and deadlines and things that you will not have access to tomorrow. That's why you need to get started tonight because, like, just use it. Start using it consciously and understand that is a very powerful word, and it helps kind of just melt the fears and worry and barriers out of your prospect's mind so that you get them to buy. It may be more than what you were thinking, but you would agree it's worth it because your family deserves the best. Yes? Yes? Getting them to agree. Yes. Does your family deserve the best? Yes, of course it does. I'm going to shake my head and it's that. Yes. But, right, so it says something that doesn't really help them or help your cause at least. It may be more than what you were thinking, right? Because especially if they say that, okay? So address it, so let's get rid of that. That's not serving you. You want them to buy your course, and they, or whatever it is, they would benefit from it, and you know that. So let's get rid of that thought process or that pattern and that conscious belief, right? But you would agree it's worth it because your family deserves the best. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we want to get them thinking the way we want them to think so that they move forward. Commands. The more authority you get, the more influence you have, and the more you stay connected with these two guys and build your business, the more, guys, people will just do what you tell them to. All too often in marketing and copywriting specifically, there is no call to action. There's no command, okay? You want to bold, italicize, underline the feelings and actions that you want your subscribers and prospects to take. It is that simple. I see so many people just bold, italicize, crazy stuff that has absolutely no relevance, or they think it's a cool sounding word but does nothing to actually move people to take action and get going. Take a look at your wish is their command. I think I have some examples. Yeah, okay, so notice, like, when you open some emails in the future here from MLSP, or you're on our sales stuff, take a look at what I bold and what I italicize, okay, and underline. And what do I want to pop? What I want people's customers, or especially on the prospects, right, on the capture pages. When you are ready to do that now, when you are ready to buy, that is either an emotion or an action an emotion that I want them to start feeling and linking up to me, okay, or, right, it's an action that I want them to do now. When you are ready to do that now, you are ready to do that now. That is what I'm going to bold, italicize, and underline. Now, I'm not saying that this can happen magically overnight. Now, I'm not saying that, right? I'm not saying, but you know what? This can happen magically overnight. Now, that's what I'm having pop, right? I'm not saying that this can happen magically overnight. Now, in my sales videos, like, sometimes my tonality that's a big deal, guys. Tonality and lowering your cadence and your not only the pace at which you're speaking, but lowering it. Right? You really want to tap into the emotion stuff, guys, slow it down. Slow it down. When you really want to tap into it, you start telling stories about how you're so broke you couldn't do this X, Y, Z, or you couldn't even fill up. You had to, and I honestly did do this, is I couldn't afford to buy a full tank of gas. So on my way to and from work, I would stop and get $1 here and $1 there because the rest of the money was going to pay back my credit cards that I maxed out to build my business, or was going towards ad spend on Google, right? Because I was so broke. And can you imagine that? I mean, I didn't have like $20 to fill my crazy junk old. I mean, that car was like 20 years old back then. I didn't have $20 to fill the tank up. Okay. But now, right, guys, everyone loves. It's like a roller coaster. Everything. They love the rags to riches. They want to root for the underdog. You want to take them on this emotional roller coaster, and literally, take them in this shock. You want to initially you want to get them to obviously buy into you, right? Why should they listen to you? But then absolutely start digging into some painful stories so they can relate to you, and so that you can see and they can see that you're a human being. So anyway, I'm not saying that this can happen magically overnight. Do you see why I would do that? Now forget about it. I'm not saying this. Like, hey, you want the 5 leads a day overnight, 10 leads a day, $1,000 a month, whatever the case may be. This can happen magically overnight. As you fill out the form with your name and email and watch the next video, you may feel compelled to buy immediately. Okay, fill out the form with your name and email is something that actually increased our conversion rate versus opt-in with your name and email. Most of the people you're going to market to don't know what opt-in is. This is just proof in the pudding that fill out the form with your name and email. Fill out the form with your name and email. Very simple command, very easy to understand, just telling them what to do and they do it. Feel compelled to buy immediately. Feel compelled to buy. That's the action I want them, or that is the feeling I want them to take. The action there is fill out the form with your name and email. That's all I want to bold, italicize. I see this done wrong so many times in copywriting and emails and capture pages. Then the only thing that you should be doing is popping out the stuff, the emotions that you want them to feel, or the action you want them to take, period. Okay, future pacing. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Okay, this is so big. Put your prospect in the future if they do or don't move forward, okay? Like literally, this is so critical to future pace because you got to shake the hell out of them, guys. People, we want the best for people, right? We seriously do. If we don't shake them up, they're going to leave the presentation or leave your website uninspired and they won't buy. They're going to be stuck in their unfulfilled life that they don't get to contribute. They're not living the life that they were put on this planet to live, and they're stuck. They're zombies. Okay? It is your duty to shake the hell out of them to the degree that they buy your stuff immediately, and that gives them a bridge to a whole new life. That's the only way. Right? A sale is being made in every conversation. Either you're selling them on a reason why, or they're selling you on a reason why they can't. Okay? And I guarantee if you start using some of this stuff, positioning and framing and anchoring and emotions and using some of the psychological tricks and creating your own stories and empathies and tying into like literally sharing with you so that they can entrust, right? Or you entrust in them so they can start trusting in you, you will start getting results. Put your prospect in the future if they do or don't move forward, okay? Right now, this video presentation is over, but today your life can start anew. 5 years from now, from today, the decision you make right now could actually affect your grandchildren's financial future. You do want the best for your family, don't you? Yes, yes. You realize what you're doing right now isn't working and you need to take action. It's scary to think the next 5 years could look like the last 5 if you didn't get started now. Okay, click the Buy Now button and let me help you get your family back. Okay, now take a look at, you do want the best for your family, don't you? Yes, that is like a command/emotion that I definitely want to pop out. Click the Buy Now button, bolded, done. Get your family back. Imagine that feeling, that emotion. That's what I want. Get started now, italicized. That's what I want. That is what I want as the marketer, as the copywriter, okay? Get them in a spot where 5 years from now, they're either in the same place or worse. And that's going to get very, very scary, very uncomfortable for people. And they start linking that your product or offer could be kind of the holy grail, so to speak, that can get them to a whole new future, a future that they absolutely know they deserve and want. They start linking you, your product, your offer, your business to that type of life. And trust me, it works, okay? And you can do the exact same thing the other way. Okay, put them in 5 years from now if they actually were to invest in the 100-Day Biz Builder Challenge. Are you kidding me? For the next 100 days, play full out, 5 years from now. right? 5 years from now, well, let's have a candid conversation. What if over the next 100 days I got you to the degree, not only developed you as a leader, got you to become the person you know you need to become, right? Cut the bullshit, literally start working on your programming, working on rewiring your brain for success so that you start thinking differently, you start making new decisions, you start controlling your state, we get you to focus on the things that are going to move you forward, and we start having you make decisions like the person that you want to become. You figure out why you're doing it, right? Why you're here in this business. We're going to figure that out, what you want and why you want it. Okay, and we're going to link up so much pain that if you don't get it, you have nothing to do, but you have to move forward, and you have to, there is no way out. Okay, we're going to get that we're going to reprogram and rewire your mind for success over the next 100 days, and towards the tail end of those 100 days, we're going to get you to 10 leads a day. Over 1, 2, 3, 5 years from now, what does your business look like if you're generating 10 leads, 10 laser-targeted quality prospects through your funnels on autopilot for free, 10 leads a day? You do the math. Let's chunk it down into months here. What is 10 leads a day for a month do? How many leads do you need to get a sale? About 10, 20. Okay, cool. And whatever, I don't know if that's an MLM or an MLSP. Typically you get, I don't know, 3%. Let's just say that you get a couple, 10 leads a day, and you got a 10% conversion rate, but you need 100 people. Well, let's just say 3. 3 out of 100 are going to join, right? So let's just say, I don't know, maybe that comes out to like 2 point something a week or something like that. Cascade that out. We kind of paint that picture out over the course of 1 year. If you're getting 2 signups a day in your biz app, from what I'm about to show you over the next 100 days, what does that mean for the next 6 months? What does that mean for the next year? What does that mean for the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? You realize that one person, literally one person, can retire your family in this business, in MLM. You find the right leader, and that individual will make up 99% of your paycheck, and that will absolutely make you ridiculously wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. One person. And I'm offering you two members, if you do what I tell you to, I'm giving you, I'm teaching you how to fish for the rest of your life, 2, whatever it is, business partners a week for the next 5 years. Do you think that you might find 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 leaders out of that huge batch that will retire you and your family? Okay, so what could it look like if they do? What would it look like if they don't? Okay, I've been over an hour, man. I promised 9. Very cool. Let's bring you guys out and see what's up. How are we?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Am I muted now?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Stuff. Like, I was just scratching away over here taking notes down. I'm going to watch this thing again. I can't wait.
Man. Cool.
Yeah, it made me think. There were just so many spots. Like my sales funnel, my custom stuff converts pretty well, But there's so much stuff that I pulled out tonight that can totally change that. Take it to a whole new level. Yeah.
Right on.
Get over to the chat box. Give a shout. I know there's a little delay here, but this was solid gold tonight.
Right on. Cool. Yeah, man. I gotta really create a product and just go and put all this stuff together and put it all in one piece, one big product thing that people can start digesting bit by bit, because literally 1 or 2 distinctions from that can really make a difference. I'm sure, man, a guy like you who does your own sales funnels, who has your own everything, going through sales videos and sales funnels, and you do all sorts of stuff, man. This 1 or 2 tweaks can absolutely make a drastic difference in conversions. Yeah, very cool.
Crazy. Even some of the storytelling stuff. Just tweaking it just a little bit. A tweak here, a tweak there. Awesome stuff.
It means a lot. It could be the difference between 6 figures and multi 6 figures over the course of a year.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you guys hear me now?
We can.
Had some issues getting my camera back on, but yeah, man. Oh wow, good stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there that I've seen you do, and I've seen other professional copywriters do over the years that like, I saw it, but like I didn't really get like the full psychology of why why they did why like this particular strategy doing it this way works and why this affects psychological triggers and stuff. So that was huge. That was huge for me, man. That's I got a ton out of that training that I'm going to be putting into action for sure.
Yeah, I loved. I see people on stage all the time. We talk about getting people to say yes. I mean, how many great speakers have we seen go up on stage? And I hope everybody on here has seen it one time or another. When they ask a question and they ask the crowd yes or yes, right? That like this is what you're looking for, yes or yes.
Right.
I mean, it's just
they know what they're doing.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I love the commands, like using a double negative to embed commands. It's just again, it's just something that I've seen it done. I mean, I use it, but now it's like a little bit more like it's a little bit more on the forefront of my brain rather than just like just placing it in there for whatever reason.
I know, man. Yeah, stuff works. Cool.
Awesome.
Great.
So, boys, let's talk Live the Dream for just a moment here, because it's getting closer and closer, and I'm getting pretty fired up.
Yeah, buddy. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Number 4, huh?
I'm pumped, man. We've got a badass speaker lineup with content that's just from top to bottom, and you guys are going to be on stage. And we've got the best marketers in this community. I mean, it's awesome, man. There's so many people from so many different companies that are going to be out there speaking, and I get pumped because events, man. We can sit here and do these webinars and create product. You guys have your own products, and they definitely change lives, and they impact thousands and even tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. But this is it, man. The events are where the magic happens. That's where the aha moments happen. That's where the shifts happen, and they change everything. So we just love these things, man. This is where we make the most impact. And quite frankly, man, this is where the leaders are born. Events. I don't care what else, lead generation stuff, none of it matters unless you have that aha moment, and you can really only get that in this type of environment, which you guys will be there. It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Live the Dream 3 was my first event ever. It was an absolute turning point for me in my business, where I met you for the first time, where I met Adam for the first time. And I mean, I just totally blown away. Everybody says get to events, get to events, get to events. And get to events. We'll say it one more time, right?
That's
everybody says it, and we all think we understand what they're saying, right? I was talking to Dean on the wake up call the other day. I'm like, you just can't even put into words. You can't explain to people how important it is, what a difference maker it can be, especially those that haven't been there. That if you've never been to an event, guys, especially I say a generic event that's not specific to a primary network marketing company, an event that's not specific to one single product, that MLSP, I mean, this is going to be totally value-driven this year, right? I mean, 100% value, speakers just delivering training can help you in your marketing no matter what you do. And that's like bottom of the totem pole, believe it or not. That's like, do you think that stuff's on top? And it's awesome, but it's really the relationships, the experience, the belief, all this stuff that comes out of it. I mean, the social proof you can pull out of there, the way it's unreal.
Well, let's talk about the relationships for a minute, because I mean, we have experiences that we've all had coming out of these types of events. I mean, Justice and I connected for the first time, like he said, at the last Live the Dream 3, and since then we've gone on to create the 100-day challenge, to do product launches together, to really become mastermind partners, really help each other out. I mean, it's a really cool relationship that spawned as a result of attending Live the Dream 3. And Justice and I were talking about it earlier, Brian. You actually met Norbert and Todd, your two partners, when you guys formed MLSP, and you met at a live event. If you had not gone to that event, there would be no MLSP. You wouldn't, or if you hadn't gone, you wouldn't be one of the partners. You know, right? Like that's a fact.
Yeah. To be honest, if I hadn't gone to for those who don't know, Norbert and Todd actually started MLSP for about 2 months before they wanted to get me on board. And if I hadn't gone to that event, met Norbert, I was actually working on a very similar system, which at the time would have been interesting. It would have been competing systems, just getting started. I mean, now thank God we have the footprint, very nice, and we've got leaders like you guys who are just make this community so crazy valuable. But had I not gotten to that event, who knows, man? I mean, honestly, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, Norbert was doing okay in his business. I actually bought him a beer at one of the bars and had a handshake. One conversation led to another. We're back at home within 6 months. We were going back and forth on how to build this for our specific teams. Within 6 months of that, we had already a multi-million-dollar company because we went and made it generic. And we always think like, well, some of us maybe think that our decisions don't matter, but guys, the ripple effect of what happens, like you never know to the extent your decisions, the impact they have on people from all over the world, like literally, because Adam, that's a scary thought, at least for me, to think that had I not, or had I bought into my excuses and not gotten to that event, I would not be on this webinar with you. Heck, man, you and I may have done some crazy something to go do something competing with them. Who knows? Because you and I were doing similar stuff at that time too. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Seriously, I mean, yeah, you never know if you're going to meet your next mastermind partner, your next business partner, your next top producer on your team that could come from the next event. I mean, you really never know, and that's why I've been really just I've gone to all the events because I just didn't want to. I was scared of what I might miss by not going.
Yeah, you can't afford to not get to the event. Yeah. I mean, you really can't. Literally, guys, you got to plug into the community of like leaders of like Justice and Adam and everyone else who's going to be there. Like that, Napoleon Hill wasn't kidding about a mastermind. Like you've got to surround yourself with leaders, and especially if you're still in a job and working a cubicle, you're in a very dangerous spot to where you may or may not buy into the person next to you talking about the weather, how crappy their job is, and all this bullshit that's happening in their lives. Like that will bog you down and drag you down. You need to get a new circle of friends, and you've got to start hanging out with Adam, Justice, and everyone else out there, and create your own mastermind, guys. And you've got to plug into this environment, especially if you're brand new. It's so critical because you're that much more apt to go back to old habits and old thought patterns and old rewiring stuff and decision making that you used to make before you found this industry and started working on yourself, and you can't have that. If you're gonna play big in this industry, you can't have it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Adam, do you want to talk a little bit about, Brian, I don't even think you know the bonuses. Do you know the bonuses that Adam and I put together here for Live the Dream? Adam, you want to give a quick rundown here for the audience?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what we have put together, which I think is pretty awesome. Probably, we talked about this a lot going into it, and when it was all said and done, I think we've decided it's kind of one of the coolest packages we've ever put together.
Right.
I don't doubt it, man. You guys bring some value. Let's see it. I see the ads on Facebook, or you guys posting it. I don't.
Yeah, we've had a couple ads going up. Adam, I can go over to the webpage if you want. If you want to highlight me, I can screen share for just a second.
Yeah, please do. I'm putting the offer down right now. So.
Okay, you want to highlight my head down in the.
You are highlighted.
Right.
Your head is highlighted.
My head.
Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So, guys, we've had you on here. We've delivered some amazing value, Brian. Thank you so much for that. We're gonna go through this real quickly so you understand what it means to not only attend Live the Dream, but attend it with Adam and I. And a lot of the MLSP leaders are out there putting together packages to help promote this event. And reason being is because we know that the more tickets we sell, the more future leaders are going to be created. The more lives are going to change. I mean, events truly are transformational. So we have literally put together a coaching program. Not just a bunch of videos we're throwing at you, okay, not just a bunch of stuff we're dumping in your email box. This is a program that is designed to not only help you fund your trip to the event, but to get your business growing right into the event, get the best experience out of the event, and then really explode your business on the back end. You know, Adam, you and I would agree both that last year's Live the Dream was a major event, correct?
Absolutely.
And we just bought tickets, right? We just attended. We didn't go there and get an experience like this. So I want you guys to understand that that event was transformational for both of us, but we want you guys to have an event experience that is different from every other ticket holder in that building. Now, the major part, okay, of this bonus is our video marketing mastermind. Now, Adam, you want to talk just for a moment about why video? I mean, I'm a video marketer, you're a video marketer. I mean, we talk about this a lot. What makes video so special?
Well, the biggest reasons that video, I mean, my conversions from leads that I've generated with video, the conversions are always way higher because video is high trust. Number one, and two, because you know, it builds trust with your prospects, and you know, it's very engaging. Like, you can't really fake it on video the way that you can with you know, with certain other mediums. So it's just huge for building trust, and for if you want higher conversions, I mean, it's just off the charts the higher conversions that you get when you use video marketing.
Now imagine if you take what Brian taught here tonight and work it into your videos, right? Like, is that not, that's unbelievable. So guys, when you attend Live the Dream with Adam and I, you're going to be part of our ultimate video marketing mastermind. Now, in the very near future, we are doing our first webinar that's part of this mastermind. Now, the total mastermind is worth $638, and we're going to show you why here. The first live webinar, okay, it's called the Immediate Video Results Formula. This is all about YouTube pay-per-click, and that's a specialty of Adam's. Okay, it's one of definitely the hidden marketing gems in our industry. It's so underused. You're going to discover how to get your videos converting like crazy. You're going to learn how to get in front of the right audience. Okay, you're going to get Adam's secret to 8-cent clicks, which is super cheap. Okay, you'll be able to work on a shoestring budget and maximize ROI, and you're going to get to keep the recording of this video. Okay, the reason why we did this video first is because this webinar can be the fastest route to results. Adam, after people are on this webinar, will they be able to set up a campaign that can get them leads right away?
Yeah, that's one thing that's just so great about PPC, about pay per click, or with YouTube it's pay per view is what they call it. But it really is immediate. I mean, you can have your account set up today and be generating leads, you know, as early as, you know, a few hours from now or tomorrow.
So immediately, guys, the goal is to get you traffic, leads, and sales so that you can start, you know, start funding, subsidizing this trip, right? We understand events are an investment in you and your business. What you want is a return on investment. You're going to get a return on investment from the event if you apply what you learn, but we want you to be able to fund that event. So right away, we're putting you into an immediate traffic formula that can start getting you results. And then a couple of weeks later, we're doing another live webinar on conquering Google with video. You're going to learn how to create an automated video army that prospects and sells for you around the clock. You know, you're going to get a first-hand peek into my SEO toolbox. I'm going to share everything with you guys, okay? And that alone, I mean, really is pretty unbelievable. If you go anywhere around YouTube, Google, search anything in our niche, you are going to see my videos pop up, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay, I'm going to expose outsourcing secrets that can keep your time freed up. You're going to get my favorite Fiverr gigs. I'm going to unlock a done-for-you SEO option that I've never offered to anyone before. There are 2 leaders in my network marketing team that I allow to use this done-for-you option, and I'm going to make it available for those that want to take advantage of it. This is my best stuff, guys, and you're going to get to keep the recording on this as well. Now, that guy's $197 value, to say the least. I really would say it's priceless because it's a cornerstone of what's gotten me results. Adam, you've seen some of this stuff, not even all of it. What would you say about what they're going to get in this webinar?
Well, I mean, Justice, you just mentioned the done for you option, and when you first told me that you were going to make that available for Live the Dream buyers, I mean, that is just ridiculous. I mean, to be able to extend that to someone who's not even in your network marketing team because of the leverage and what you've put into it, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Awesome. And now, a couple weeks later, this will be right before the event, we're going to do a live webinar called the Live the Dream 4 Survival Guide. We're going to teach you.
That's cool.
What's that, the survival guide?
That's cool.
We're going to teach you, we're going to teach you the biggest mistakes that business owners make at live events, okay? You're going to learn how to stand out from the crowd when approaching leaders. You're going to get a checklist, okay? And I'm looking at my copywriting here, Adam, or Brian, and I say forget these items. I should change that, right?
Yes, sir.
You should, guys, see, you got to learn. You learn in every minute, right? We're going to give you a checklist that will make sure that you bring everything you need to get the most out of this event. We're going to teach you how to grab the right pictures and videos to skyrocket your online credibility, and we're going to give you some killer advice on how to make the most of the networking opportunities because the parties are a blast. Okay, the networking opportunities are huge here. This, guys, you're going to get the recording on this as well. So this is going to have you set up, right? You're going to have a way to get immediate traffic and leads and sales, a way to start to build the foundation for long-term video marketing success online. Then we're going to get you ready to rock and roll coming into the event to get the most out of it. But it doesn't stop there because when we get there, we're going to have a live private hotel mastermind. We are going to teach you guys, this is going to be on Friday, okay? We're going to have a private hotel mastermind where you get to get all your questions answered from this video marketing training that's led up to this point. Okay, we're going to part you up for special business building exercises. You're going to get an individual sit down with each of us where we review and evaluate your marketing efforts. This kind of hands-on training, guys, is invaluable. This is easily a $297 value, but it's, honestly, it's so much more than that because this is going to be an opportunity for you guys to meet people, okay, spend time with people before you head out into this event, okay? You're not going to be strolling by yourself out into this major event. You're going to have a group of people that you're hanging with. I mean, Adam, we've talked about this. I mean, we want a group of people walking behind us that are like, these are going to be the next leaders in this industry, and they're getting the best experience at this event. Can you see? What's that?
Love it, man. Love you guys. Love what you're doing. It's awesome.
So, lastly, as part of this, you're going to get the interview and testimonial combo. And you guys can speak as to the importance of this. This is hands down the social proof that can skyrocket your online business. You're going to get to choose Adam or I and do an on-camera interview with us. You can be interviewed. We can interview you. It's up to you. Okay, then we're going to give you an incredible video testimonial speaking to the dedication and leadership you've exhibited by committing to your business and attending this event. This combo is worth its weight in gold. And Adam, Bri, I mean, are these pictures and testimonials not like a key to bringing those walls down online?
It really is. I mean, just by being in a picture with a top producer, somebody that the prospect already identifies as a top producer. I mean, there is a psychological thing that goes on there that some of their authority kind of gets transferred to you just because you're with them, and that's just a picture. Imagine what a video could do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that, guys, is the video marketing mastermind, but the bonuses really aren't done there. Okay, we're throwing together what we call the fast funding bonus. Okay, and bonus number one is the Part-Timer's Handbook. It's a $97 value. This was a 3 p.m. webinar that Adam and I did, had for a couple of hundred people in the MLSP audience, and what it taught you was how to create killer traffic-producing content in less than an hour a day. The feedback on this was absolutely unbelievable. Okay, we switched the way people look at content creation so that the part-timer can take on what we teach in this video marketing mastermind and get it done on a very part-time basis. And really one of the coolest webinars I think we've done, Adam.
Oh, it definitely was. I mean, it was just so filled with value. The Part-Timers Handbook, and yeah, we still get a ton of amazing feedback from people that have gone through that.
So if you're a part-timer out there, if you're like, hey, what we teach in the video marketing course, if you feel right now like it takes a lot of time to create content, this is going to solve that problem for you. The second bonus in there is the Prospecting Mastery webinar. Now, this is a prospecting webinar that Adam and I did, and the reason why we're throwing this in there is because we want you closing sales now. We want you closing sales faster to help you take those commissions and fund your trip to live the dream. Okay? Now, listen, that is not all, guys, because we've got the Live the Dream recordings, which are the MLSP bonuses that have been thrown in. So you're going to get Live the Dream 1, Live the Dream 2, Live the Dream 3 DVDs. Okay, now those sell $199 individually on Inside MLSP, and I mean, I've watched Live the Dream 1 and Live the Dream 2 multiple times. I would pay $199 for each of them all day long. Lastly, guys, you get MLSP's bonus, the Featured Speakers Coaching Bonus. This, okay, is where each of these featured speakers that are going to be on stage are doing a live webinar each week. Now, a couple of these are behind us, correct, Brian?
Yeah, 3, I think.
Okay, so 3 are behind, and now what really happens is for every week you wait on buying your ticket, it's another training that has passed you by that you could have gotten for free. So this alone, I mean, look at some of these faces on here. You see Diane, Rob, Bill, Steve, Michelle, Ray, Mark Harbert, Frank Marino. These guys are teaching you on what they do best. So you're getting all of that, guys, a total of $3,429. You're getting all of that when you buy tickets through us tonight. So all you got to do, Adam should have put the bonus button up, right? Or you should have put the offer button up.
Yeah, it's been up for a little while, Justice.
Click that link now, guys. Go down $199, the price of one of those sets of recordings, and you get the entire Video Marketing Mastermind, the entire experience throughout the event. The entire experience throughout the event with Adam and I. Okay, and the bonuses that MLSP threw in. So it's really, there should be nothing holding you back from getting a ticket, like right now.
I mean, there's like 10 different things that we just went over that was worth the $199 ticket.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys. I'm just like laughing, chuckling over here because that's insane. I mean, just the recordings on how to get YouTube pay-per-click, guys, and how to dominate Google and all from the people love marketing and they think that and it does tangibly like get leads, make money. That's exactly right. I mean, those bonuses, guys. I mean, if you just get and learn how to get 8 cents clicked, 8 cents a click to a video that you're gonna get them into a capture page that promotes whatever you're offering. That can pay for whatever, for the $200 within 2 weeks. You actually go through these bonuses and start applying it. You 100% not only can pay for the ticket itself, but pay for your ride there and food included. It within like a 2-week period. I've seen it done. I've watched it been done. So it's killer, man.
The whole idea was to put something together that was more than just throwing a bunch of bonus videos on people, and put something together that was an experience. From the beginning right on through the event. So, it really is going to be, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a unique experience for anybody that attends with us. And, there's going to be leaders that emerge from it, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Man, I love thank you guys for all you do. I mean, seriously, it's been a cool ride, man. You guys are just, I'm telling you, the next 3-5 years for you guys, as long as you guys keep growing at the rate you're growing right now, I mean, you guys should be seriously never. I mean, you guys are already creating a very healthy income, but you guys keep providing this much value, it can't help but come back to you and literally like grow like times 10 whatever you guys are doing. If you guys, because that's insane, and you guys do that ever since I've known you, y'all just over-deliver in value and give so much of your time. And shoot, we've had you on webinars with MLSP where, if you guys don't know, we don't pay these guys to do that stuff. So just that alone, I mean, I know that you guys are all about pushing that free line and giving value. So it's your team, you guys self up very, very nicely for the next couple of years. This is cool.
I love the chat box here. Tracy Wills writes, by now you should be aware of the fact that getting your tickets now is essential. And Elvis writes, you can't afford not to get your ticket.
Can't afford. Yes, that's awesome. Awesome, very cool. I think they learned a few things tonight. Very cool.
Yeah, that's listen, I'm fired up. I mean, this was an awesome webinar. I'm excited to watch the recording. I know a couple people got knocked off a couple times, but we're right back on, and we'll be sending the recording out there. But you know, the most important thing tonight, guys, is that you get your Live the Dream tickets, because it's just going to be an experience. I mean, that's all it is. It's going to be experience right up to the event, right through the event. And you know, I'm so fired up to, like what we experienced with the 100-day challenge. You know, where after the 100-day challenge is over, people are hitting the leaderboards, and it's like you're going, man, you know, those are people that came out of the challenge, and this is going to be such an intimate training experience that you know, paired with the event, that it's just right afterwards we're going to be like, hey, that person went through the Video Marketing Mastermind at Live the Dream with us. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys, we have figured a few things out about creating leaders and turning confused marketers into, you know, entrepreneurs who have confidence about what it is that they have to do on a daily basis to get results. I mean, we've done it in the 100-day challenge. We're continuing to do that. This event and this this Live the Dream bonus package experience combined with the event is just going to be another extension of that, and we're excited for you to be a part of it.
Yes, sir. Cool, guys. Well,
Awesome.
I'm actually fairly late for I got a call at the bottom of the hour here. I need to go, but guys, thanks for being here. First off, for everyone who's on Adam and Justice's list, but just get there. Trust me, these guys would not steer you. Hopefully, y'all feel this already from them. They wouldn't steer you in the wrong direction. And what's even cooler is if they stay on, I hope Adam explains a story of the crazy stuff that he did. I know Justice did the same, but I know in particular some of Adam's personal story to get to events. Like, he is not telling you to do something that he himself did not have to figure out and go through, and that's why I love and respect these guys, because they were flat broke when I first knew of them, and you know, here they are. They're building their businesses full time from home. And they didn't buy into their BS excuses. And trust me when I tell you, they're good leaders to tell you to basically do whatever they can to get you to that event. Because I would venture to say that if you don't show up at that event and get there and be there like with bells on, ready to rock and roll within 3 months, like, you will be a statistic. And my mentor said the same thing to me. I said the same thing to my team as I was growing my personal organization. Adam probably had that said to him a million times as well, and go figure, he did it, and here he is. You know, he could have very easily slipped back into a corporate America job that he hated for the rest of his life. But you know what? That one aha experience is all you need to never, ever, ever go back to that life. I guarantee it. So just be there. Come and shake hands with Adam, Justice, and myself. And guys, I love you. Thank you for all you do. I'll see you soon. All right.
Peace, Brian. Thank you so much. Awesome webinar.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So, you know, Adam, I do. We are quarter to 10 here. I have some obligations as well. I would love to hang and chat, but you know, I think we've been clear on what's available here tonight.
Yeah.
I know that everybody got loads of value off what Brian. I mean, I was blown away by his stuff tonight.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Seriously. I mean, that was. I'm definitely going to be watching this video again and going through my notes and taking more notes for sure.
Awesome. So, guys, here's the deal. Live the dream, okay? We've put together a package. It's going to be the ultimate experience. I assure you, we are providing the best experience out of anybody that's attending that event. Okay, when you attend with us, it will be, it's going to be a special experience through and through. And if you're serious about success, events are a must. If you're going to the event, this is the place to get your ticket and the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
So go on over, guys. Click the link.
The offer should still be up, but you guys, it's real easy. LiveTheDreamBonuses.com. If for whatever reason you're not seeing the offer, LiveTheDreamBonuses.com.
I'm gonna put it right in the chat box here.
Yeah, you too, Tracy.
Awesome. So listen, I got to bounce at him.
Okay.
Guys, for those of you who are on here, we will see you at Live the Dream.
Yep. Take care, guys.